Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your patience. My name is Halia. I am a gold leader and IATAN card holder. I've been with the company for about 3.5 years now. And today we are going to be going over multi-destination bookings on VAX. So let's go ahead and pull up VAX. Have you guys ever attempted to do a multi-destination booking before? Do you guys have any experience with that? Or is this all brand new for you guys? Hmm. Done a multi-destination travel ad? Okay. Brand new. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. The main difference when you are doing a multi-destination booking versus like a regular, like one destination booking is where you're going to start searching. So typically on Vax, you just kind of fill in the information right here and start going through the different options. For multi-destination, you want to do an advanced search. So you actually are just going to scroll down a little bit. There's one right here that says advanced search and one right here that says multiple destinations. So you're going to click on that. And then it's going to bring you up to a different search page where you can go through the different vendors that offer multi-destination. And then you can go through the different types of multi-destination packages that are offered for the different vendors. So Apple Vacations is going to offer something a little bit different than FunJet Vacations. FunJet Vacations is going to offer something a little bit different than Travel Impressions, and so on and so forth. So you can see the different options that you have. Let's go back to Apple Vacations because it looks like FunJet is not offering a lot right now. And here you can do flight and hotel multi-stop, flight only multi-stop, hotel multi-stop with optional inter-destination flights. So those are going to be like you're going to stop at different hotels, right? But have maybe the same destination flights. And then they have a no new booking. So we're not going to do that. We're going to stick with flight and hotel multi-stop. This is where we're going to take multiple flights during the trip and stay at multiple hotels during the trip. Then we're going to stick with same thing here. Like the rest of it is kind of pretty similar. We're going to stick with the room type. So let's say we're going to do one room for two adults. Let's kind of keep it simple. And we're going to pick the starting departure point. So let's say they're going to, um, do you guys want to do a Europe example or a Hawaii example? Hawaii? Okay. So let's do Hawaii. Let's say they're gonna leave from, let's pick a random place. Let's do Salt Lake City. Let's say they're gonna leave from Salt Lake City and we're gonna go to Hawaii, okay? So we're gonna leave here. We're gonna go to, let's do Oahu for our first stop, okay? We're gonna be at Oahu for 3 nights, okay? They'll need a hotel, they'll need a rental car, or we can get no rental car. Actually, let's keep rental car. That way you can see all the components. So they're gonna need a hotel and a rental car, okay? They're gonna be there for 3 nights. Then they're gonna go to the next island, which let's say they're gonna go to Maui, right? Let's go Maui. Then they're going to be there for 3 nights. They're going to need a flight to Maui, a hotel in Maui, and a rental car in Maui. You can then add additional destinations, however many destinations you want. Okay. So let's say then they're going to go to Kauai, right? So we're going to put here Kauai. 3 nights there too. If you want to keep doing more islands, you can do more islands, you can do more destinations. Let's stick with three for right now. And you would just do the same thing, right? You would put the location, what aspects you need to quote for. You can even add additional hotel options. So you can, if you have a hotel name or maybe a brand, you could put there. Or maybe let's say they don't need a hotel one of the nights, but they're there for 3 nights. You could put the check-in date and the check-out dates. You can customize that. Same thing on all of the different options, okay? And then you can go to additional flight options. So then when they're going back, they're going to go back to Salt Lake. You can filter out the airlines here. You can filter out the cabin preferences and number of stops as well. Okay. Then we're going to hit search. What it's going to have us look at first is going to be the different flights. So it's going to start with our first departure flight. Then we're going to go from our first island to island flight. second island to island flight, and then return flight. And same thing, like whenever you're doing this, no matter where you're going, it's going to be your first departure flight, then your change of destination, return. Okay. Do you guys have any questions so far on the process? No. Okay. I don't expect this training to be super long either, because once you kind of know where to go to look for the multi-destination, it's kind of the same thing. VAX is very straightforward, so it just walks you through what to do. So now, like I said, we're going to pick that first flight. If you didn't put filters on the additional flight options, you can always filter them out here as well. Let's say they want to depart in the morning. Let's say they have a certain airline they want to work with. It's going to then filter those out. So let's say they they don't want to have any stops from Salt Lake to, where did we say originally? Oahu? Oahu, right? This is going to give you the different options that are available. So let's go ahead with that first one. Okay, and then now we're going to go from, you can see we have right here Salt Lake City to Honolulu. Now we're going to Honolulu to the Maui airport, okay? So same thing, you can filter anything out if you want to. We can do nonstop, right? I don't really think you should have a stop if you're going from one island to the other. And then we can pick out the different flights available. You can pick out the different airlines, all of that stuff. Let's go with this second one because I don't know anybody that wants to fly at 5 a.m. And then, okay, then we're going to go from Maui to Kauai. So then again, you can filter anything out that you want to filter out, all the things, no stops. So let's do that. And also, you guys, for Hawaii, there are multiple ways to like island hop, but in this case, we're just going to stick with flights. All right, now we're going to go from Kauai to Salt Lake City. So it looks like there's only one stops available. So then it would be really departure times. So we'll say afternoon, and that's going to give us the different options that are available. Okay. So let's see. Let's just go with this first one. Alrighty. So now what it's going to do is it has all of our flights here. It's going to automatically fill in those different hotels based off just like what's popular, what's available. We can go in and change these. Sometimes it's picked a hotel and I'm like, oh, I actually really like this hotel. I'm going to keep that. But you can go in and change them by clicking hotels. So now we're going to be able to pick our hotel for the first destination. I always recommend this Hilton Hawaiian Village hotel. I have not personally been there. I know Sarah and Krista and our other leaders have been there. Also, Sarah has been booking Hawaii for as long as I can remember, and that is my go-to. She's like an expert for especially Oahu. So this is the one she's always told me about. It always has raging reviews. Okay, the views are beautiful. So this is the hotel I always recommend. You guys can recommend, whatever. You can go through the different options as well. I'm going to stick with this Hilton one. And then you can look at the different rooms and stuff like that, just like you can with VAX, any other type of trip. So we're going to pick a room. Let's do ocean view, resort view. I don't want resort view. Let's do ocean view, king bed, perfect. Okay, now you can see it's going to have in that hotel for us. Then to pick the next hotels, we're going to do the same thing. You can pick hotels on each destination. It's going to open up all of the different options. And you can see like the different options. You can again filter them just like you would with VAX with any other booking. and from the different destinations, like different what is the word I'm looking for? Not points of interest, but like different like whatever. You guys understand. I'm sure you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So you guys can pick the different places that like if they want to be by something, you can pick those different things, okay? Let's just stick with this first one that was included just for the sake of time. And then you guys would repeat that process for that third destination to change that hotel if you wanted to. Now we're going to do rental cars. So you would just click on this whole rental car little area. And it's going to bring up the different options. And again, you would do this for each destination since we added rental cars in each destination, right? So you can see the different options here, the different types of cars, and the ones that we're able to book. I'm going to go with this first one. And so they'll pick it up and drop it off at the airport or when they just, it automatically, what is the word I'm looking for? It automatically adjusts to their flight time. So they're landing in at around 1:45. They can pick up their car at 2:15 and their flight is at 8:05. So they can pick it, they're going to drop their car off about an hour before. So it automatically adjusts to the flight times that are there. And we're just going to do the same thing again with each destination. Same thing, it's going to give us the different options that are available. I'm just going to click this first one. And same thing, it's going to adjust to those flight times. And then lastly, for the last destination, same thing, the different options. We're going to click that first one. All right, then when it comes to travel protection, you can either add it on the very last one, or what I like to do is I like to press check out. Okay, then I like to scroll all the way down. My goodness. There we go. Okay, we have our rental cars, hotel, rental car, and then add travel protection. And it's going to add travel protection to the entire package, okay? That's why I like to add it at the very end. And then sometimes also in the features section, you can add different excursions for the different destinations. If they have those available, you could also use Viator. I believe Project Expedition has one-off excursions as well. That depends on, whatever you find that works best. So if you come back up right here where it has, you could add features and see if they have any excursions available on VAX. So it looks like they do. They have different like additional options, sightseeing and tours. You can always add those if you choose to. We're just going to go back to checkout. Alrighty. So now you'll see we have our 3 flights here, or our 4 flights here. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, our 4 flights here. Departure flight, first destination change, second destination change, and then return flight. Okay. And then we have our first hotel on Oahu. I'm gonna scroll all the way down. There we go. We have our first rental car. Then we have, what is this? Oh, that's our rental car. Then we have our second hotel. There we go. Our next rental car, our next hotel, and our final rental car. Okay. And then we have our travel protection for the whole package. Then the rest of it is going to be the same as any other VAX booking. You start entering in their information, the different adults, the different things, any special service requests you can add in here for hotels. For car rentals, you're going to add in the different requests. Select the driver of the whoever your information is for. Select the driver on the different cars. Any add-ons that you want to add on, so any luxury hotel requests or any like if you have like special requests for rooms or anything like that. And then seat assignments. I personally don't like to do seat assignments through VAX. You can. It's always been funky for me. I like to go about 24 hours after I have booked it on VAX. I like to go into the airlines, put in the confirmation information for the airlines, and then book the seats directly through there. You guys can do whatever makes the most sense to you. I've just found it's a little funky for me for doing it this way. Payment information is going to work the same as any other booking on VAX. They'll pay the deposit, right? And then they have that final payment due at whatever time. I don't even know if we picked dates. I don't remember if we picked dates. And then they'll enter in that card information. They can do up to 10 cards at a time, same as any other thing. And then all of this information, make sure you guys are reading it and sending it to your clients as well before booking, so that way they are aware of everything and you are also aware of everything. Check that off and complete that booking. Do you guys have any questions? Any other examples you want to see? No questions? Of course, you're welcome. Alrighty. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, that's all I have for you today. I think multi-destination can be a little bit intimidating until you kind of see what your options are and kind of walk through it. And then it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and you can just walk through the booking as normal. If you guys do have any questions, I am going to, like I said, I recorded this, so I'm going to post it in our TK group once it's, completed and all the things. Let me actually